thank you for that awesome subscription, man. I appreciate you, dude. Super Mod Red. It looks like Hugh gifted him. Thank you, Hugh. Welcome to the Inside Star Citizen review tonight. Let me tell you guys, I am happy to be here.
Yes, you're not gonna eat me.
It has been such a rough week for me. And let me tell you, I do have Bodhi tonight. And I thought to myself, what a perfect episode since Bodhi is here tonight. But the thing with Bodhi is my cat, he makes a lot of noises. It's actually Chrissy's cat. And I'm watching him right now because Devin loves him. But like, he always interrupts the show when he's here or he does something. So, you know, I thought I was going to keep him busy real quick. I just want to show everybody here. If we can see, I bought him this little laptop. Oh my goodness, Dinus. Thank you for that community sub gift.
Next time, it's gonna be black.
Thank you, Dinus. You're a boss, bro. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. And so Bodhi doesn't interrupt us tonight. Can we zoom in on this, Pepe, please? We got Zoom working perfectly now. I bought him a fully functioning laptop. Okay, so that should keep him busy is what I thought. And I did watch him work most of the day today, by the way. He was typing. He was really into it at first, and he was grumbling and muttering to himself and started pounding on the board. And I was like, Bodhi, just chill out a little bit. And then he got bored with his work. This is very much the life cycle of all of us when we get on our PCs. And then boom, he's really, you know, he's grumpy. He's tired, grumpy. He's like, fuck, I can't do this. I'm tired of this. And then finally he goes to sleep. So it's very similar to my own life cycle. When I got my cat a PC, it seems like that calmed him down. He's now sleeping. And I would just like to thank Asus for this. You know, this is sponsored by Asus. Thank you, Asus, for the tiny mini computer for my cat. They're making them. They're pretty expensive. They're $299 for cats. They do work. Thank you, Asus, for the free cat laptop. I appreciate that. Bodhi likes to play a lot of games on them. All right.
Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Inside Star Citizen. I'm your host, Jared Huckabee. On the show this week, cows. Space cows. An entire episode dedicated to cows. How are they going to do that? We have no idea, but I bet it won't be well. Enjoy.
No.
So, what is the space cow?
Like, hey Jared, can you give us 15 minutes on a cow? It's like
This reminds me, this is echoes of the whale. This has echoes of the whale. Like, you know, like the whale and the cow are now sacred animals in Star Citizen. They need their own constellations, I believe.
it's always quasi or quasi, and everyone always says it differently because the Montreal guys are the character people, so they're always like, you know, quasi, and we're like quasi. So the quasi guaza is
This is gonna be this entire episode like this, isn't it? Now, this is great because, you know, this goes right into one of my professions. I cannot wait to be a butcher in Star Citizen. And let me tell you what, when I chop these cows, when I chop the cows' heads off and the hoofs, I want to make sure that I'm doing it precisely. I want to make sure I have the best space meats for my shop. What's that, Pepe? I can't be a butcher in Star Citizen. I can't? What do you mean it's not appropriate to talk like this? I wanted to be a space butcher, man. Sorry about that. Starlet. I don't agree with these egg sack things. I don't know who thought of this. Some pervert out there thought of these egg sacks on the bottom of these cows, man. I am just so disappointed. I don't want to pick eggs from a cow. I mean, that sounds disgusting. Who's gonna cook cow eggs like these? Nobody. But they will eat fine meats, Pepe. They will eat fine meats. You understand? Space butcher. Sorry. Space butcher.
Why do creatures matter? What do they add to our video game?
well, this is a cow and it moves, so it's
More network issues. More object containers. More network issues.
incredibly exciting. creatures in general
Totally,
add believability
totally,
to the world and the experience. And in general, when you're flying your ship or driving around, seeing fauna running around and just being in the world, it's like, oh, cool, I'm actually like, you know, on a planet, I'm in an environment.
Dudes, if they could only make my game experience this crazy immersive when I logged in. It is, from time to time, I'll get lost at like a lake or a river, you know, I'll get lost in it, right? But to the point where they're editing it, I can just log in and it just like hits me like that. Come on, hurry up.
They present lots of opportunities for unique gameplay situations and allow you to see the landscapes perhaps in a new way. I think players are already really enjoying the creatures that we've got in the game.
The actual release was fine, but when we did the initial release into like PTU, there were problems with the creature desyncing and things like that, but we've been working on fixing that up and, you know, making sure that the creature...
It's not just the creatures. Just to let you know, if you could just broaden out the search just a touch from the, you know, just saying.
Creatures are responsive and, well, engaging, really.
The biggest challenge in programming creatures is bringing them to life, making sure that all the incredible animations that we've got are placed in the right way and that they're working together as this whole creature that's not just an individual set of animations, but something that's living and breathing.
We do, Orson.
So the Quasi-Grazer is quite a simple creature. We kind of colloquially call it the space cow. We like to put space in front of every other creature. We've had the
Little
space
Zeus
dog
egg.
and the space bird, and now we've got the space cow. It's got quite simple behaviors. They're
very docile. They're very docile. I would train mine to be a war beast. I would put some war paint on it, and yeah, you know, get like a space saber and a laser spear of some sorts, and just ride this space cow into battle.
gentle creatures.
Right. Glue a horn on its face here. Right.
We look at how cows look, well, not how they look, but how they act, and, you know, they're space mooing, and, you know, they're eating grass, they're roaming around in herds, and, well, except the main difference is that they have eggs, which is pretty gross.
This is disgusting. The eggs are gross. The eggs,
well, except the main difference is that they have eggs,
it's
which
ridiculous.
is pretty...
This is too far. This is too far. Shame on the artist. Hold on. Can we just shame this artist right now?
Shame.
Just shame. This is
Shame.
so, oh my God.
Shame.
Mackie Must says, as a farmer who plays SC, I find this intriguing. That's cool, dude. I can't wait till we get those land claims and land ownership and we grow our farms. We get our farms the way we like them, man. That'll be fun, Mac. That'll be fun, dude. But these eggs, they gotta go. Like, Oz is taking it another step further. Oz wants like an actual cork popping sound when the eggs come off. That's Oz. Come on, bro. You're taking it a step. I don't want cork. Just popping out.
Pretty gross.
Talking about space mooing. What's space mooing?
He wants me to do the noise, and I'm going to refrain.
Yeah. No,
I'll let one of the audio people handle that. But what we always give direction to the audio team is just like, we'll be like moo, and then parenthesis like alien or space, just so they don't end up like, you know, just giving us a regular moo. Because, you know, cows actually have regional accents.
On a space cow,
so if you listen to a cow moo in the south of England or the north of England, they sound very different. So,
Moo!
yeah, moo. You're right, love. Moo. What does a Stanton cow moo sound like versus, you know, like a Manchester cow moo?
We're getting off topic.
Yeah, we are. There are 5 different types of quasi-grazers in 4.0, and you'll see them scattered in various biomes. The desert variant of the quasi-grazer is the one you're all familiar with, that you've seen in like the Star Engine trailer, and it is going to be on Hurston.
Can I just say, Wooksy says my mother-in-law is going to sue for likeness usage without permission. Wooksy, dude, Dude, your mother-in-law, I hope she never watches, man. I hope you're very safe that she doesn't watch this, man. Every time you're in here, you are throwing trash on your mother-in-law. It's great. I personally love it. I think it's great, man. But I just hope the mother-in-law never just like catches you up in here saying shit. You have so many mother-in-law jokes, Wooksy. Holy shit. Holy shit.
It doesn't have fur. It's made for the desert, so it's more like a thick skin. It's similar to a cow, but it doesn't have horns.
It has a typical amount of eggs for a quasi-grazer.
What is a typical amount of eggs?
It is randomized, but there is like a typical medium that we go with.
Thanks everybody for being here today. I'm having a blast.
So some cows will have more eggs than others?
Yes.
Why?
Because you think of like Spanish cows, right? They tend to be a lot skinnier than like North American cows because they like eat a lot more. They have access to like a lot more water. They've got a lot more food versus like hot areas.
This guy's a bovinologist. A bovinologist. My God.
Do you think this is a good use of your time, Zach?
I think I am sick at looking at videos of cows and sending them to animators and be like, no, the tail needs to move like this.
Wow. Parts of the job you don't think about, man. This dude goes home. He's got to worry about the way that cows move so they get animated correctly. Imagine that existence for the next 7 months, man. It's just cows in your brain. This guy needs a raise. This dude right here, I mean, please, just a bonus or something. Get this man a vacation. You understand? That's rough, man.
To move like this.
Oh, Zap.
The next kind is the boreal forest, which is quite nice as they are on Microtech. You'll see that it has hair around its neck and its faceplate is more pronounced. So they will be spawning near
They kind of look like Klingons from Face On.
And near the Mareks as well. And if they ever end up crossing paths, there will be arguments between them. I don't think that the Copians will loot the cow eggs, but it just means there's a bit of nice systemic gameplay that you can come across where a Copian has hunted a cow in this case.
Wow. Okay.
The grasslands version of the quasi-grazer, you'll see that they have darker fur.
Dude, are they going to react off of one another? I mean, like, we can't even get good NPC reactions, let alone this. This is going to be crazy. If I see different types of animals reacting in such a manner where they're hunting one another in front of me, that's going to be really cool. I totally dig that. I don't think they're going to have it in any format where it's going to be digestible, but you could almost, if you close your eyes and then open them and then close them again, imagine like it functioning correctly. And if it could, wow, that would be really cool. That would be really cool.
And in general, a more darker shade on their skin as well.
Yeah, right.
The grassland quasi-grazer looks more like a buffalo with the way its fur is made.
The sentiment is wholly negative. Yes, Explodo says, I have zero expectations that they do anything right. I bet they stand there, bug out, and do dumb crap. They probably will. They probably will be instanced, and they will have issues. They'll have networking issues. This is the problem. You know, adding more object containers right now in terms of persistence with your hangers. You have new object containers in your hangers. You can stack things persistently, although we're going to watch videos tonight showing otherwise. We're adding object containers, and we keep adding more, which will only exacerbate the networking issues, period. And now we're adding more animals, fauna. You know, the thing is the reason the sentiment hits this point, it's cyclical. Right before CitizenCon, it gets at its most negative. We all know this. If we're veterans, we know this. Even if you're pissed off right now, you know that's true. People get so upset around this time. CitizenCon hits. CitizenCon usually gets everybody back up again. Now let's see if the cycle continues. We've had a few cycles of this, right? It should be interesting to see if the cycle changes after this CitizenCon. Like maybe people don't get as hyped as much. Maybe revenues start to plateau a little bit. Maybe people start speaking with their wallet a little bit more. I've been talking about this for like 2 months now, where you're starting to hear this negative kind of feedback loop. I think justified also. But if you look at the big picture of it, you've seen these cycles before. You're not a stranger to it. You know this is what happens. And what is the most important thing now knocking on the door? Dynamic server meshing. It can no longer be ignored. Nobody can put it as high up anymore on top of this pyramid of things that have to get done. Nobody can actually put a magnifying glass on it any more than it already is right now. It is dynamic server meshing, and it is right at the door. And it's like, hey, come on. We need this game to be stable. And that's where we're at right now. And it's really interesting because we are at a new point in the development where it's like that is on the platter. There is no kind of covering it up. There's no kind of skirting around it. There's no ships that they're going to sell that might distract you a little bit. They might distract you a little bit, but it's like it's here. And it's going to take a long time, by the way. That's the thing, right? So I expect revenues to start to decline maybe by next year, or plateau at least, and go in. And every market has this. Every developer has this. You know, they climb these heights. They contract a little bit. They grow stronger in times of contraction, and then they expand again. That's pretty much what I'm seeing with Star Citizen. Is we're probably going to get a contraction unless the CitizenCon just really knocks it out of the park and tech actually arrives that makes the gaming experience more stable. If we can get that, great. We'll start to move momentum into a more positive mindset. However, I don't see them nailing down dynamic server meshing and the game getting stable till farther into the future. It's not happening this year. And it probably isn't going to happen for the main part of next year in terms of stability. But there's going to be a lot of distractions along the way. There's going to be a lot of things that might make you happier. The sentiment might improve. They're playing this balancing game. They've been doing this for a long time, but it's at the door now. So it's really interesting. I like to tell you guys my thought process so you understand pretty much where development stands, where marketing's got to focus, what's got to be at CitizenCon, an economic panel that discusses where we're at and where we're going to be soon, hopefully, economic gameplay. What's up with all the land claim stuff? They're probably going to hype us up with the land claims. I can imagine that at CitizenCon. They hype us up, try and get our minds off of like major tech issues, right? Perhaps that reboots us into like a super positive, like we're like, you'll start seeing the content creators that we're talking trash switch the script again into like, ooh, wow. They'll go from fear to hype, and thus the cycle probably catches and starts another loop around the sun. And that's the cycle of Star Citizen. And if you've been around for 10 plus years, you understand it. So you're not so worried when things don't line up because you know what? I hate to say it, but you've become accustomed to it. Does that mean it's a good thing? I don't know. I think larger look at this macro for them trying to be the pioneers and do the work on dynamic server meshing in such a revolutionary way, for them even attempting to do it. Yes, I think I have the patience for that. And that's what you got to look at. That's how you got to rationalize this. You know? That's how you got to look at this. If you're a long-term veteran, you understand me. That's why you're here. That's why you're a fan of DG360. So anyway, this is nice. I like this. And development has to happen still. Regardless of dynamic server meshing, these things have to keep happening because there's real people working at the company collecting paychecks. You understand? So all this other stuff that people are like, well, it's not as important, but it's important. And yes, it can be a distraction, but it's content. And they need to keep doing that while dynamic server meshing is at the door.
Like the desert was grazer, it also have eggs that you can loot.
They live in the savanna area of Microtech. And it will be joined by a jungle variant which will be sharing the savanna for the time being. And lastly, the one I'm most excited about is the Arctic variant. You will find the tundra space cow in the tundra, the more cold areas of Microtech.
This is awesome. This looks awesome, by the way. I just like these talks. By the way, if you're new here, this is what we do on the channel. We occasionally interrupt the show. We just kind of talk with the audience. If you're watching on YouTube, get your butts over here for the live show. It's a lot of fun. Captain Explodo says they are just going to pivot to Squadron 42 this year for SitCon. I believe there's going to be a big pivot to Squadron 42. I don't think that will be all that there is, though. I think somehow land claims or somehow outposts or the Pioneer or something involving land or bases or outposts in some manner are going to appear. And I think we'll get a lot of Squadron 42 Explodo. Yep.
The Arctic Space Cow we did was one animal that we
What's up,
actually
baby?
had to do fully covered in fur, which is quite a challenge. I remember Chris saying we want to see
Starlet.
hordes of them passing by, so he's talking about 20 or 30 or even hundreds of them passing by, so it would have to be really optimized, and at the same time would have to hit the quality bar. We managed to create a
I like
very
the sound.
interesting, fluffy creature that you're going to be able to enjoy very soon.
Okay, with the fluffy stuff. All right.
It's fully covered in hair, and it's using similar tech to what we have on the human beings. You imagine like winds and when it moves and things like that, its fur is
Yeah, the fur is actually quite amazing. That's star hair right there. Star hair, or is it star fur? It's a version of star hair. They're calling star fur. Copyrighted by Cloud Imperium.
basically fully reactive to those elements. So it makes the animations come a lot
What's
more
up,
alive,
Arcade?
and it really shows how having these simulated elements on the creature using our hair tech is just gorgeous.
We're also very excited to see how this opens up a lot of possibilities and opportunities for the creatures in the future, as this was a breakthrough for us to be able to cover such a large creature with so much fur.
The ones with fur look really super cute. I think we want some tongue physics in there as well, because normal cows are quite
Whoa, tongue physics. Wait a second.
quite licky.
It's worth the wait. That feature creep is definitely worth the wait. Everybody needs tongue physics. Everybody.
Okay, the views and opinions of Andrew Davies do not represent those of Cloud Imperium Games, Robert Space Industries, or its subsidiaries. I'm having to say this too much lately.
Interestingly, it is the only variant without eggs, and instead you'll be able to loot this creature's tongue.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, the tongue.
Oh, you think it would be the fur, but they're just going hardcore on this. They're going straight to tongue on this.
Andrew talked about the tongue. He wanted to add tongue physics.
Yeah, no, probably not. It'd be a bit weird. What noise does a tongue detaching make anyway? You know what I mean? Like.
Oh, you'll make that sound, but not the space move?
I'm not making an animal noise.
What's up with that?
It's not the weekend yet.
One of the really cool features we've got is that the creatures respond to the day-night cycle. During the nighttime, they're more likely to be sleeping, whereas during the day, they're more likely to be grazing.
It's a very non-lethal kind of.
I'll tell you what, though. I get the coolest vibes when you get sunsets, man. Like, I get the coolest vibes with the lighting. It is crazy playing this game sometimes. Just like small touches in the lighting make you feel something. It's crazy.
Set dressing for planets type of animal.
The real trouble comes if you disturb these gentle creatures by attacking them or as there's a hostile nearby.
If you are mean to the cow in any capacity, what they will do is the majority of them will run away. However, one will come and knock you over. And
the alpha bull, man. Way to go, alpha
it will
bull.
only do a small amount of damage, but, you know, I would like to track the telemetry on how many people die to them, which would be interesting.
They can be quite deadly, as cows are in real life.
First off, don't you dare die to a space cow. If you are a fan here on this channel, I swear to God, if one of you guys get waved up by a space cow, don't you dare.
Shame. Shame.
Don't you dare.
Shame.
I swear to God, don't you even listen. You keep that to yourself. You die to a space cow, you keep that to yourself, and you bury your head in shame. Okay? Take a couple days off. You look at yourself in the mirror and you just try and erase the fact that you died to a space cow, okay? Because it's gonna happen. But God, please, God Almighty, please do not let it happen to any of my viewers. Die to a space cow. I would be so embarrassed if one of my viewers died to a space cow. I could not stream any longer. Like, really, that is a badge of shame that's so shameful that it spreads to me. And then I own that badge of shame. You understand? So don't, again, let me repeat myself. Do not die to space cows. Thank you. This has been a DG360 PSA.
4 or 5 deaths in the UK every year. So yeah, it's quite a dangerous creature if you raise its anger.
What's up, Woogie?
Did you ever consider making them mourn the death of another?
That's really depressing. One of my team is very, very keen to get petting of quasigrazers in there. But I think that's a whole other feature that I'll have to wait for another day.
Let us pet the cow. What happens if you are aggressive with the cow?
If you are aggressive to the cow, one cow will end up charging you and knocking you over.
Jared Singer said, moo.
This episode is a show.
Yep.
Back to you.
What's that?
So for the next release, we're getting some new features for the character customizer.
What was that? Exactly.
That I think you're really gonna like. We're starting with some new hairstyles.
Ace Ventura reference. Got it. Can't believe I didn't know that.
Let's start with the mullet. We're gonna have a new mullet. This mullet was designed to be really grungy and disheveled. Great to fit with the new pyro stuff.
Looks like the Tiger
There's also
King.
a lovely twin braid that is just parted in the middle. It's an hairstyle that you can actually use to
Right,
still be
let's go. What's
fashionable
up, dude?
and practical because it's all tied up. Then we also have another style, which is a
Captain Explodo wants the Tiger King character. He's like, oh, hell yeah. I am definitely going to be Tiger King. I see you, Explodo. I see you,
big
bro.
curly hair. Very, very volumetric feel to it. It's quite amazing. It's going to be amazing to make it look with the hats and the masks and all that and the way it will fit. I'm pretty sure this
A lot of the tats I've seen look pretty
is
cool,
going to
actually.
cause a great visual impact.
Yeah.
Additionally, for the next release, we're getting tattoos. Finally, you're gonna be able to give yourself that specific styling that
I
you're
got
not
sneak
gonna
peeks at
match
some of
anyone
these,
else in the
and
verse.
I was like, I
The
approve.
tattoo system is really great. You can select from a plethora of tattoos, and you can adjust the colors so you get them just as you like them. And you can also set the age on them to make them look like you've had them for a long time.
That's cool.
For the
That's
tattoos
cool.
on the first batch, we have a bunch of different styles. We have some organic tattoos. We have the tattoos of flowers.
Oh God, please have some like laser fucking LED tattoos, like some shimmer and shit in the nighttime, and like fucking Blade Runner stuff.
We have one that's more old school American style.
That's cool. That's cool.
Like Pico, always a
Oh
winner.
God, no. Oh no, don't put a Pico on you. Listen, that's another thing. If you're my viewers, do not put Pico tats on you. You will be banned. You will be banned. You will hear this noise. You will hear this noise. There are 2 rules. This is what we've learned tonight. So what did we learn tonight? 1, do not die to space cows. 2, do not put Pico tats on yourself ever, or you cannot be a DG360 fan.
Right?
There's a Pico tattoo?
Oh, there's a Pico tattoo.
No.
He's gonna be surfing down everyone's necks.
Yes. Hey, by the way, Oz is here. Oz, we were talking about you last week, bro. We're so glad, dude. I showed him the little picture. Oz is here. How's the kidney working, bro? Hope everything went well. Everything sounded good when we talked. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm so... It's working well? All right, Oz. We love you, bro. We were talking on the morning we were talking about you on the morning show. I hope you don't mind. I was telling everybody to send some prayers to you, bro. We're glad. We're glad everything's working out good for you, Oz. We love you, man. We love you.
Get ready for Pico neck
There's a
tattoo.
Pico neck tattoo?
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
That's some Cody Road right there.
I don't even know what that is.
Glad to have you back, Oz.
Yes.
We have used a bunch of teams that are part of the game, like the, like the
Eric,
creatures and the ships also. We have a tattoo for the javelin, which we're showing different side of the ship. We have a tattoo for the Scorpion, which is more of the old school style. We have the Maroc, which has kind of a synthwave influence. We have one that's a full face skull. Also, I think this one the player is gonna like. Still limited, but as time goes on.
Damn, some of these cinematics we're gonna get right now are gonna be tight. I can already see Nate chomping at the bit to make another Machinima from EE Studios that made Overclocked, man. Some of these characters he's gonna be able to create with these tats are gonna be vicious.
We plan to release more and more of these.
People should care about the tattoos because they let you personalize yourself and express yourself in a way that you couldn't with the previous features of the character customizer. It's always been about expressing yourself. That's the whole deal about it. But now this will allow you to get something printed on your face that immediately communicates something to other players about what you are about.
What does a face tattoo communicate about you to other people?
Lots of things. I've seen some stuff. In addition to the tattoos, we're also looking into piercings right now. We have 5 different areas that you can apply them to. We have ears, 1 and 2. We have eyebrows, 1 and 2, and the lower lip.
And nose.
We're also pursuing different piercing styles. So the simple one from an implementation
Jared's gonna get a tap from HR on that one. I'm just saying.
Perspective is studs. So we have a range of different stud piercings that you can apply. Rings are a bit more complicated, but because as you shape the face, the rings will have to deform as well as the face. So that might be a little bit longer. And last but not least, we're bringing a new stubble feature to the character customizer.
This is called the DG phaser. And you basically it's like, okay, here's DG at 4 hours of stubble, which is almost a full beard. Here's DG with a full day of stubble, which is literally lumberjack.
Obviously, we have a huge selection of facial hair already, but now you can change them all to have a stubble built in.
Stubble that you can actually use with any other beard. So you can combine it with a longer beard or a mustache or something just to give you that different look.
They still need to do a lot with this character customizer, but I will tell you what, this is going to be a sought after kind of thing that games are going to make. I love when a game has a character customizer that can make you such a detailed character that like, literally there's nobody else rocking the character in the game. I think that it's a jumbled kind of mess right now. The UI still feels a little sloppy to me, but they keep adding more and more detail to this, and it makes me very happy. It really does.
We also have 2 new beards. One that is longer groomed.
Right, Wooksy, right. Yes,
And one that is a bit
Explodo.
shorter. It was important to add stubble just to give you a more realistic look for people that want to look more like a fighter and less like a prince. So if you're looking for this pyro look or this look of you're a miner, you're a worker, you're something, then this is just going to give you the edge on your look.
Abraham Lincoln.
So
you want to be Space Lincoln? Go for it. Be Space Lincoln. Dude. Space Lincoln. Holy shit. Dude. Best character ever, Space Lincoln.
just tick the box, stubble, and now you can add that to your sweet Abraham Lincoln beard that you love so much.
Space Lincoln, man.
So that's all of the new features for the character customizer.
Yeah, there's no customizing on really the body types yet. Starlet asks, it's really a head customizer, as there are only 2 body types, right? Yes, right now, yes. However, there are plans for the body, and I will say this though, what I see right now is a customizer that can allow you to truly have a unique character. I mean, like, you could make your character look wholly unique. Nobody else would have your look. And they keep adding to it, which is awesome. I never want them to stop adding to this. Like, I just want as much fucking details as possible.
For the next release. Sorry if we
What's
couldn't
up,
show you
Camp? How
everything
you
today,
doing, buddy?
but we're working hard on it.
Good to see you tonight,
I
man.
hope you are as excited as we
What's
are
up,
for these
Aether?
new features, and I hope you also feel that this is going to allow you to further show
Aether says, I have to disagree with you disagree with you on that, DG. This is the best character creator anywhere by miles. Oh, I agree, bro. I agree with that. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, man. Oh, but then he goes, and I don't think the interface is sloppy. Elite on all levels. I'm still not cool with the interface. I like where they're going with it. It's just not intuitive. It's not intuitive for me. There's a lot of things they could improve. Like a lot of the times when they have like shadings and colors of the hair, that always confuses me. Like I'm trying to get a certain color and I can't get the hair that I want, right? Facial hair colors, all these types of things. They're still not as intuitive as I want them to be, but I do think it's bar none the best character creator out there. They just need to add to the body types, heights. They need to they need to do a little bit more with the body, like Starlet said as well.
Show your own persona in the verse.
Yeah, true. Explodo says the body types is because of the issues that causes with the armor clothing tech. They have to do a lot of work to make all that fit. Yeah, I'm sure they will. But people got to understand that stuff isn't even fleshed out fully itself. Yeah, there's still a long way to go. There's still a long way to go on to it. Yep.
So, what did we learn this week? Well,
oh my, I like to moo so much. Moo.
Yeah, we're just out in the cold here, just doing cow stuff out in the cold.
Aye, we always moo like that and eat loads of grass, aye.
Oh, it's so fucking cold.
Moo.
Skål for mjölk. Moo.
Moo. I like the moo.
Jared m'a fait dire ces lignes, donc je dois dire le mot. Meu, sacre meu.
All right. Listen, if you are watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way through. Like and share that and try and get your butt here. Thursday nights start at 7. We have a blast. And we have great people here. Holy God, Eric. 10 gifts, dude.
Next time, it's gonna be glass.